Obviously, one of the biggest reasons that people hate the Thunder is the SGA fouls. Now, there's really two components to this, and we'll get to the second one later. But first, of course, it's SGA flopping like a fish up and down the court. Friend of the show, DJ Lou, has been berating our chat with this SGA stat showing how many more free throws he's gotten from the rest of the league in the past 2 seasons. There's also this wild new phrase called foul baiting, which really rose in the last couple of seasons, and even Google will tell you that Shai is Exhibit A of this practice. And there's also a growing sentiment from NBA fans that the soon-to-be 2-time MVP, SGA, just shouldn't play like this. He should have more honor and more dignity just to not play the way that he does.
Fuck that.
I'm not gonna lie, I really used to hate flopping, just like all you guys, as far as Shai and all of the histrionics.
What?
As a Sixers fan, Joel Embiid makes me range from cringing to cantankerous with his many hard falls to the ground. And just like Shai and Joel Embiid, James Harden is a former MVP who has racked up a ton of frequent flopper miles as well. People need to remember that he is the father of the swipe through pull-up shot, in which you used to get free throws for someone just having their hand near you and pulling the ball up. And Harden is also good for giving you the "I just got shot by an AK-47" cutscene in the middle of the fourth quarter. So why do I personally think that Shai's flopping isn't as egregious as Joel Embiid and James Harden's? Well, for one, James Harden and Joel Embiid are notorious playoff droppers, where their numbers don't look nearly the same, and overall they're kind of losers, whereas Shai's already shown us he can hold the trophy at the end of the season. So to widen the comparison, let's start using Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson, who both get a lot of fouls, and Luka actually led the league in free throws per game last season. But again, from the Twitterverse, there's a lot of talk about how Luka does it too much and not really any about Brunson. Why is that? Well, Luka starts looking at the refs and sneering like a drunk man who is told that he no longer can keep getting shots of tequila because he's a little too tipsy. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of SGA. I think he's one of the best scorers I've ever seen, and his ability from the mid-range is unmatched. So I pose this question: what NBA superstar doesn't flop? Nikola Jokic, the 3-time MVP and NBA champion, is a huge flopper. And not only does he flop, but he also does the increasingly dirty "I'll hit you and then act like I didn't do anything, and I don't know what you're so mad about, bro."
Flopping has ruined our game.
Don't let Jaylen Brown's podcast fool you. He's a flopper too. Victor Wembanyama already flops, and he's only 22. And bonus points for the Jokic like dirty elbow to the throat. Giannis doesn't flop as much, but he does travel, and that has to count as some kind of ref manipulation. Anthony Edwards? Alright, Ant doesn't flop. He's actually just a dog. I love Ant. Again, I love all those players, except probably Embiid. They're champions in their own right and great at what they do. I don't think this era of flopping starts with this generation. Have you guys ever seen Dwayne Wade in the flesh? Whoa, don't look over there. Don't look at LeBron. He's never gotten the whistle in his NBA career. And to go along with the foul baiting, another thing is people hate the Thunder's hard-hitting physical defense. Some people call it football defense, which is the term that they use for how Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, and Cason Wallace are out there hounding people. Now, I'm not going to lie, it is of course played with a ton of hand checking and grabbing up and down the court. Keep in mind, these are just the things that we're considering above board, not Lou Dort's tendency to go WWE wrestler, which I don't defend at all. And the thought is that it's really unfair because on one end you got these guys grabbing you, holding down your shoulders, not letting you catch the ball, and on the other you have SGA who just has laid down on the floor for a good 5 seconds off of a light touch. And the numbers do bear this out, as the Thunder have the 5th least fouls so far per game in the NBA postseason, whereas teams who I would consider just as physical in the Timberwolves actually lead the league in playoff fouls this postseason, and the Spurs are 4th in that category. Even the Pistons, who are known for their grit and grind defense, are 6th with 23 fouls a game, and again, the Thunder sit at a little under 21. However, a counter to that stat, the Thunder are also the 3rd least amount of free throws taken per game so far this postseason. I think it has more to do with the fact that they're averaging 121 points per game and have one of the best defenses as well, so that wide margin means less close games and less late fouls because they're already blowing you out. And I can't lie, I just love the way these guys play defense. I mean, they're on you, they're hounding. They actually last year may be the first defense I've ever personally seen since the Prime Heat, who can turn the game purely on defense and get points by suffocating you, getting steals, and making them easy buckets.